Hey guys, Trav back again, and I want to spend just a few minutes and talk about kind of my layout of how I'm dealing with villagers, and hopefully to help you guys. I know villagers are super buggy, but I do think that a lot of issues people run into are actually kind of self-created, and if you just take a little bit of time to ensure your layout is okay, and you know, kind of follow the right steps, and I think you'll kind of eliminate the chance of having issues, all bugs notwithstanding. Now, what I'm going to show you, everything I have right now is in the overworld, so that's what we're going to focus on here. Obviously, you can incorporate villager breeders in other dimensions, and traders in other dimensions, and the like, which also even helps reduce the likelihood of errors. But I'm going to show you that just in one area you can have a breeder, a holding cell, and a trader kind of all in one area and still eliminate bugs. So anyway, let's start at the beginning of the cycle at our breeder. I could have built this one a little bit farther away, but this is fine. So I've got 4 breeders and I've got 5 beds. Alright, when I started I had 8. Because I just needed a lot of villagers. Right now I just don't need any villagers, so I've given them 1 extra so they could just keep breeding a little bit, and I can even get rid of it. So the important thing here is these villagers, you need to make sure that when you place their beds down, they claim them. You watch them claim these beds, and they have access to them. Because if they don't have access, then they can change their beds around. If for some reason you're having issues, you could start all the way back from the beginning. You could get rid of all these guys. You could bring in 2 fresh ones from your holding cell, and then set them in here and make sure they claim the beds. Okay, so I'm trying to keep the villager and the beds they claim in order. All right, because the first villager in the village is going to claim the first things put down, like a bed or a workstation, and so on and so forth. So if I place down a bed and if I got rid of all these beds and I placed down a bed and none of these guys claim it, then my order of operations is messed up here, and I want to change that because I want these 4 to claim the first 4 beds that I place within the 120, 150 block radius. It's all kind of buggy. So try to keep the order in, and that's going to be a kind of a topic I'm going to repeat several times here as we go on. So anyway, I can always increase the spawn rate here by adding more beds, but this is working fine as it is. So let's continue. So all the babies get flushed down this water line, and they're going, I think, about 120 blocks. Definitely be more than 110. I think I'm bringing like 120, maybe 130 blocks down here. And then when they're down here and they stay a night down here, the beds, that extra bed gets unappointed to them. So then that way the breeder will continue to breed. And it sounded like they were still going down the water line. There shouldn't really be any in here because I've cleared most of them out. Yeah, they're still in the water line. So they'll come down here and they'll just sit. And I don't have anything fancy down here. I just haven't taken the time to do it. But I'll come in here with a minecart. And I'll put one of them in a minecart, and when I'm ready to move them, and I'll move them. You can obviously do something a little bit fancier here, but this has been working fine. I got other things to put my energy to. So let's come down here, and I'll show you what's going on. So they're loaded in a minecart, and I usually just follow them, and I'll show you what I was doing. They're moved past all this. Now, since there's no extra workstations or extra beds in there, they don't claim anything as they go by. Because when one's coming by, an adult, there's still a kid that's been appointed to those beds. So the adult doesn't claim them. I've got about 2 streams here, but the main stream I ran them on was this one. So let's just kind of follow this. So this goes by everything. So what's important is anywhere in your base here that you don't want to have those workstations down that they can claim, nor beds that they can claim. So if you have blast furnaces or what have you, in your, anywhere around here, you want to get rid of that, or you want to redirect them. Like I had cauldrons with my filter systems, so I was running into issues with them claiming the cauldrons. So if that becomes an issue, the easiest thing is just to redirect them. Have them go on a different path so they stay away from those things. So anyway, let's follow this here. Here, let's get to I don't have a cart. Doesn't go very far. So they continue here, they go this way. This is just an alternate route. I have them drop down. And if they're in minecarts, remember, you could drop them from heights and they're going to be fine. So I have them come down here, and then this is where they're going to come into the trading hall. So remember, at this point, they haven't claimed any beds, they haven't claimed any workstations, okay? So the important thing here is you do that one at a time. You bring them over one at a time. Alright, and then before you put them in your village trading hall, just save yourself the headache now, and just do it one at a time. Okay, then it's important. So I will bring them in here one at a time, and this is the village trading hall that I did in my tutorial video, and I'll put that in the description if you haven't seen that yet. So one at a time, I bring them in here and I drop them into their cells. Okay. And then once they're in their cell, the nice thing about this design is I can lock them in there, that trapdoor rises, and I can replace their workstation. I'm not going to do it for this guy, he's my mending guy. But they stay in there, and if I've done it one at a time, and they haven't claimed anything, then as soon as I put down the workstation, he's going to claim it, right? As long as it's the right time of day. As soon as I put it down, he's going to claim it. And then if I put down a bed, he's going to claim it. Alright? No one else. He's going to do it. Because that's the next one available, and he's the only guy available. He hasn't claimed anything. And then once he's done that, and I'm happy with his trades, I'll bring another guy to this village. And do that one at a time. I place a workstation down, he should claim it, nobody else. If he doesn't claim it, I've got a problem. Alright, that means that he's already claimed something, or there's another villager around that's too close and he's claiming it. Alright. Or it's not the right time of day, but typically time of day is not going to be a huge issue on console when it comes to them claiming their station. And I do that one at a time until I have everybody in here that I want. So I know if I bring another villager over here, the very first workstation I put down, he's going to claim it. Do I have a workstation on me? Yeah. And no one else is going to claim this workstation. There's no other villager here. Okay, so that might be the first thing you test before you start bringing villagers over. Set down a workstation. If someone's claiming it, you're going to run into problems. Because then the first guy you bring over is not going to claim it. And you're going to be like, well, what the hell's going on? So anyway, I bring them over here, and I got them all in here one at a time. So here's the nice thing about this system. Okay, so I've got 2 Fire Pro 4 guys. So one of them I can get rid of. Well, this guy's got Thorn 3, so I'll keep him. This guy only has... oh, I've already changed him once. Yeah, I changed him to Punch. Well, I can get rid of him. I just didn't change the tag. So anyway, when I'm putting them in here and I'm changing their trades, I usually go ahead and trade with them for the cheap stuff. Like if I look at this guy, well, yeah, lanterns is a good one. So I'll start trading for lanterns. I'll do bookshelves early, then I'll do lanterns, and I'll do glass. I mean, these guys have glass. Anyway, so I'll trade for those things, right? Because it's just a few emeralds, and that levels them up. Because they're going to keep their levels, but they'll change their trades. See, watch this. So he's got Punch 1. Alright? And it doesn't matter if I just brought him in, or if I've already leveled him. This is the same exact steps. I want to change his trades, or I want to level him. So he's got Punch 1, I want to change it. I'm going to flip this lever, locking him in there with that trap door, right? Let's do a hard save just in case. Not that I'm not confident in myself, but I always do hard saves. So, I break this. See, he unclaimed it. Nobody else, because I brought them in the correct order. Now put it down. He claimed it, just like that. Look at this. So he kept his levels. He's still max level, but he changed his trades. Now I got Flame, Bane of Arthropod. Ooh, Unbreaking 2, not too shabby. I'd like to get to more of those. That's not bad, because Unbreaking was the toughest one for me after doing hours and hours of adjusting. I've got another Unbreaking 2, but I can mix them together. You know, buy 2 of those books and merge them. So anyway, I could keep doing this, right? You know, maybe I've got, let's say Punch 2, I don't use that often, right? Because I put it on my bow and that's that. So maybe I trade with him until I see a Punch 2, and I'm like, okay, well, I've got all the Punch 2s I want. I don't need to keep a Punch 2 trader in here filling up my trader cap. Let's go ahead and change them. Right? And every single time, no issues. There's a Frostwalker. Frostwalker's the same thing. Maybe I get a couple of those books, and I'm happy. Because I don't need them that often. But it's the same with everybody. Right? And there's the class I was telling you about. 1 emerald. So that's a great way to level them up. Because as he levels, I want to trade the higher level items because they do the most XP for him. But this is, and then when I'm happy with his trades, I just flip that lever. It allows him to get to his workstation easily, turns on the light, I know he's good to go, and then I can change the sign. And never do I have issues with this. Okay, if I go to different dimensions, no issues. If I bring in other villagers and give them jobs, no issues. Okay, I haven't had them change their trades yet with this. Okay, unless I've forced them to, because I carefully did follow all those steps to get him over here. Now, sure, on Java, okay. So this guy, what does he got? He's got Piercing and Fire Pro. Okay, so if on Java, as far as I know, you do that, you put this back, he's gonna keep those trades because I've already traded with him, right? Well, not for us. Now, some people think that's a problem. Well, I actually think that's a good thing, and I'll tell you why. Because since our villager cap is so small, alright, sure, that might be nice. Maybe I get my first mending guy, right? And somehow I've deleted their workstation, I gotta put it back there. I want him to keep mending, maybe. Yeah, that's great. But if you've done these steps, then none of that matters. But the nice thing is I can do exactly what I'm doing. I don't like your trade. I'm gonna change it. And I don't have to bring another guy in here. Oh, there's a protection 4, there's respiration. Cool, maybe I don't want that. I can do this, and I can update this easy. So when you're filling your trading hall, just come in here and keep doing this for everyone, one at a time, until you get every trade you want. You know, and you can get 3 books apiece. Like some of these guys, Loyalty, Silk Touch, Aqua Affinity, right? So I can get these 3 books, so maybe I can keep doing that. Some of them you get no books, the scumbags. But this is a decent system here. Alright, so as long as you follow the right steps and set your trading hall up correctly, you're going to minimize the chance, I'll come back to you, you're going to minimize the chance that you're going to be losing trades when you don't want to, you know, them not restocking and everything else. Alright, so hopefully this helps you guys out. Hopefully you can kind of see why there's still a silver lining to this and why this system isn't too bad, because I can force update like this while still, I mean, honestly, you could have one of these guys and just do it non-stop if you really had the patience. Oh, there's a nice looting 3 there. Okay, so hopefully that helps some of you guys that are having villager problems. I know they're just a fiasco on console, but honestly, guys, I have no problems with this trading hall whatsoever. Going through different dimensions and doing other things, because I built the trading hall following the tutorial I gave you guys, following the design, and I very carefully not only brought the villagers over here, but I reproduced villagers in a way that I always knew who was up, who was going to claim what, and in what order. Okay, following those orders of operations. So hopefully this helped you guys. If it did, please leave it a like. Subscribe for future technical Minecraft content on the PlayStation 4. This is your boy Trav. I will see you next time. Bye for now.